G'day everybody, it's Dan here at Pilates with Dan with your next instalment of your homework for the continuing plus level. This term we're all about March Madness, and for those of you who don't know, March Madness is kind of like a celebration of the original mat work exercises as put together by Mr. Joseph Pilates. All around the world, Pilates devotees are sort of celebrating the sequence of exercises in their original order. And if you search for hashtag March Madness 2019, you'll get to see all sorts of inspirational stuff from instructors and students from all around the world. And as part of that, so here at Pilates with Dan, we like to have a term devoted to the original exercises, and that's our March term. So the March Madness classes are very traditionally done. Okay, so if that's a word. So the homework sheet and the classes are not 100% traditional at this level, but it's very much inspired by it. And so the homework sheet reflects that. There's some exercises and moves that I'm very conscious and very aware that are not traditional, but they're there to help us achieve some of these more difficult moves. Okay. All right, so it's going to take about 20 minutes, so make sure your space is set up. We will need a TheraBand or a towel as well, because we do have a bit of a hamstring stretch in the homework sheet. So before I go on, make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up with all the latest videos that we're doing here at Pilates with Dan. You'll also see some tutorials in the next couple of weeks to do with some of these traditional exercises as well. Okay, so have a lay down. And to start off with, I'm going to give you a chance just to settle your body into your space. Okay, so we're going to have some breathing to start off with. Okay, so just laying here in your space and allow your body to settle onto your mat. It's a chance for you to kind of forget all the pressures of your outside everyday life and just focus, have some inward reflection, so to speak. You'll notice on the homework sheet we've got a few pictures, particularly for some of us these are new moves. So if you're practicing at home, those pictures can be a good reference sometimes. Okay, so the first exercise in a traditional class is the 100. And we're going to do it from a legs extended position. Okay, you're going to bring the arms up towards the ceiling and then exhale. As you come forwards into your chest lifted position, you're going to extend and lift the legs up at the same time. Just to there, and off we go with the breathing. I want you to hold this position as long as you can. If you need to, bring the legs up to our 45-degree angle or bend the knees in. But the focus here is to keep your breathing nice and steady. And I want 10 really good breaths. Two more. Then bend the knees in, take the hands back behind the head. We haven't dropped out of our chest lift. We're going to hula, turning and turning. This is 4 each way. Last one. Good. Rest the upper body down. Place the hands down by your sides, flex the feet. We're tipping over into our spine twist. Each way. It's giving you 4 each way. So these first couple of exercises are just to warm you up. Good, and resting it down. Grab hold of your TheraBand, or if you don't have a TheraBand at home, a towel will suffice. I'm just going to take a moment just to stretch the hamstrings. Now, here's an example of a very non-traditional thing, okay? So, we wouldn't have, firstly, TheraBands weren't around back in Joe's day, and you wouldn't do specific static stretches in his classes. A lot of his stuff was very much a moving experience. Okay. The one thing we're trying to do is to build up our range of motion to be able to achieve some of the things that he would like us to do. Okay. And I know many of my students and clients out there, hamstring tightness is a thing, right? And so having a moment just to stretch can help prepare the mind for what's about to happen. Okay. Okay. Now, the next exercise is the one leg circle. We're going to just have that leg still up in the air. You can use the TheraBand if you need to, but I'd rather you struggle along if you can. Now, you're going to go across the body, down, around and up. Across the body, down, around and up. Then inhale for one circle. Exhale for another. Let's do last one. Good, hold it there. I want you to scissor change those legs over and go across the body, down, around and up. Across the body, down, around and up. Remember, with these homework exercises, we're just trying to move you in as many ways as possible, as efficiently as possible. So it's not our full class, it's just to keep you moving. Okay. So then we have a little ab sequence here. The one leg stretch, our double leg stretch, and the crisscross. So there's 3 of the 5 exercises. The crisscross doesn't actually appear in the traditional mat work original sequence. Okay, so it is a mat work exercise, but it's not in the original sequence. From here, extend and exhale to switch. Exhale to switch. The hands go to the alternating leg on the knee, and same side at the ankle. Good. Hug the knees in, extend, reaching the legs, reaching the arms out, pull in. Pull in. Last one. From here, hands go back behind the head, extend one leg out, go towards that knee. Exhale, switch, and switch, and switch, switch. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And resting it down. So from there we have the seated spine stretch. Now you'll see in the photo I've attached to the sheet there is actually a picture of Joseph Pilates doing the spine stretch, and he's got his hands down on the floor to do that. So that's an option. You can also have the hands on your legs. You can also have the hands reaching out. Okay, choose whatever option you feel is appropriate for you. But what I want you to really try to do is keep that pelvis as high and as upright as you can to emphasize the forward flexion component. Okay, so it's a forward flexion of the spine and then restack. And forward flexion and restack. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. 2 more. Good. And so you try and go as far forwards as you can. All right. So from there, we're going to be laying on your side. Again, another non-traditional exercise is our little side clams here. Exhale to rotate. I've put this one in mainly because I like hip rotation. That's a really good thing to do. But also, there's an exercise coming up which we don't do very often in the studio on the mats. And it requires a little bit of hip strength to do. So the clamps is a good way to just kind of wake up the hips. So we've moved on to the second position. It's a good way to wake up the hips and get a sense of how I'm feeling laying on my side. 3 and 2 and 1. Third position, the top foot comes back, rotate and rotate. Two and 1. Okay, so the sideline leg kick. Now the picture I've supplied here isn't exactly the position I want you to be in, but it's the closest as I could find. Okay, so what I want you to emphasize for us in our classes is the body up as high as you can off the floor. Okay, in some of the traditional, we're down low with this one, but for us at the moment, we're going to be up nice and high. The top leg comes up in the air and flex the foot. You're going to kick it forwards twice and then swing it back. So it's a kick, kick, and then swing it back behind you. And kick, kick, and swing. Kick, kick, swing. And swing. Last one, kick, kick, and swing. So as you're doing this, we're trying to stay as stable as you can through your body. Lay on your back and pretzel stretch that leg. Again, I'm conscious that this is not part of a traditional experience, but it's quite nice to do. And I want you to enjoy it rather than sort of grit your teeth and grind your way through it. Okay, then come over onto your other side and we'll do the clams and sideline leg kick again. So with the clams, much like with the sideline leg kick, I want a nice, stable, strong pelvis. 3 and 2 and 1. Second position. If you find you feel like you can do a little bit more strength work with this one, you can also float this top leg in there. We've done that before. And do aerial clams. 2 and 1. For me today, this is enough. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 more. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. I feel a lot tighter on that side than the other. Okay, so from there, coming up onto that elbow, we want the body as far away from the floor as you can. Hands are back behind the head. You float that top leg up and flex the foot. We're going to kick it forwards twice. So kick, kick, and sweep it back behind us. And kick, kick, and sweep. And kick, kick, sweep. Sweep one more. And sweep it back. Good. And then we'll pretzel stretch that side. Very good. So we're making our way through our different body parts. The next thing we're going to do is have a lay down on your tummy. And so what I want us to do firstly is just take a moment to settle our bodies in a prone position. So we're going to, much like the start, I'll stay on camera, much like the start, we're going to just breathe. Just get our body settled into this space. Good. Okay, then from there, we're going to come into a little back extension. So think of this as getting prepared to do the swan dive. Okay, so we're just going to bring the hands out wide, fingertips in line with the brow. And the first thing is just to work with some basic extension. You're going to press the floor away and then come back down. Up and down. My breath will be an inhale to come up, exhale down. And exhale down. We're going to go into a bigger range now, coming up onto the hands and down and down. We're looking for control against gravity or away from gravity. Control it down. Let's do one more. Up and down and down. Okay, now from there, going into a little rest position. Really just stretching that out. It may be the only back extension move you've done all day. Okay, so we always take it nice and carefully. All right, so settling ourselves ready for some of the support work. So I've got some quadruped breathing. Here I'm looking at my hands, making sure they're evenly distanced apart. I've got a sense of engagement or push. So I'm pushing the floor away, even though I'm not really moving yet. Then I'm going to step into a front support and hold that for 4 breaths. Maintaining my position. So this is a challenge with any of the support work, is to maintain your position, especially as we're getting a little bit tired maybe. Now on this next one, we're going to move straight into our leg pulls after the 4th breath. So 4 breaths. And then lift the right foot just off the ground, kick it up, 1 and 2 and 3. Let's do 6. I'm feeling good there. And let's do the other side and lift 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And resting it down. Good. Okay, now after the front support and the leg pulls, we're going to move immediately into the back support and the leg pulls. Okay. So hands go down by your sides. I'm going to lift up and down. And down. This third one, we're going to hold it. We're going to do 3 leg pulls. Lift and up, 2, 3, other side, and up, 2 and 3, and resting it down. Okay, and then if we look down, little smiley face for our teasers. Okay, we're finishing off with the teaser. We're going to see if we can do maybe 4 of these. Keeping the legs active and coming up and down and up. That's a better one. And down. We'll count that as 1. And up and down. Last one. And down. Good stuff. Okay, so hope you enjoyed your practice. I'll see you in the studio soon.